Chapter 1. Parapsychology, Sixth Sense, Love and Empathy. Happiness does not rise with standards of living, only with standards of loving. The brain is not hardwired from birth in the same way as a computer. The brain has the ability to change itself in response to things that happen in our environment. The theory of epigenetics supports this idea and explains how the environment has profound effects on the expression of genes in their relative environments. Thoughts can change the structure and function of our brain, as well as the expression of genes. By applying this knowledge and training to our brain, we can achieve life's aspirations and help defeat cancer, dementia, eating disorders, and other health issues, as well as develop a general sense of well-being. The idea of neuroplasticity is that our brains are designed to improve as we get older. The brain can be rewired in a useful way that had previously been thought to be impossible. Our thoughts and emotions can physically change our brain chemistry and function. Neuroplasticity can be a kind of superpower in which success and happiness can be acquired by just reprogramming our brain. Deepak Chopra writes on the Chopra Center website, "Regardless of the nature of the genes we inherit from our parents, dynamic change in our thoughts has unlimited influence in our fate." The following activities can physically increase our brain strength, size, and density. Applying stimulants of creativity to artificially activate dopamine and endorphins for creative purposes. Consuming foods such as blueberries, dark chocolate, and green tea. Practicing yoga, meditation, playing the piano, and puzzle games like Sudoku. Sixth sense provokes our creative imaginative faculty of mind. Imaginations are more important than knowledge. Creativity is the flashes of thoughts in our imaginative creative faculty of mind, which are produced in the form of hunches in our conscious mind. Utilizing brainstorming and mindfulness by, for instance, being alone or sitting in a dark room. The sixth sense creates these flashes in our mind. Although scientists have not yet been able to locate them, they can confirm that they definitely have a function in our mind. We must not ignore them, but utilize and enjoy them, and write about them when they occur. Infinite intelligence is activated. Our minds are able to purify thoughts and provide solutions to intellectual, business, and spiritual issues. Throughout history, scientists, writers, creators, and thinkers have used their sixth sense effectively and accessed these flashes of thought and inspiration to achieve innovations and patency in research and development, all by using the sixth sense and harnessing the treasures of wisdom and creation from the universe. You can follow the different stimulants of creativity: exercising, achieving fame, developing friendship for intellectual purposes, playing games, appreciating food and music, and playing a musical instrument. All have the natural ability to produce endorphins and dopamine, the neurotransmitters of wisdom and creativity. The knowledge that you'll acquire by engaging in the above and activating the creative faculty of your mind is the most reliable of all forms of knowledge. The American Dr. Elmer R. Gates completed 200 patents in which his imagination was stimulated by sitting in a darkened room and waiting for such mental flashes to occur. He earned his living by sitting for ideas for some of America's largest corporations. Love and empathy flourish in our brain regions. The effects of positive thinking, love, and empathy on the following areas of the brain. Number 1. Limbic brain. Humans and lower animal species are born with a limbic brain. It is linked with empathy, love, affection, and emotions of nurturing and training their offspring with lifelong skills. Reptiles do not have this specialized brain area, and therefore can kill and eat their young and may not always differentiate their young from prey, notwithstanding, for instance, the protective behavior seen in crocodiles. The presence of the limbic brain in other animals and humans has created empathy and nurturing behavior toward their coming generations. Number 2. Vagus nerves. The two vagus nerves are the longest of the cranial nerves and are sometimes referred to as wandering nerves. Extending from the brainstem and branching out to multiple organs, including the esophagus, heart, lungs, and digestive systems, they form part of the involuntary autonomic nervous system that commands the unconscious body functions. They also have a role in regulating the immune system. Charles Darwin called sympathy the strongest of all human instincts. If you are witness to suffering or are presented with an image of suffering, you will most likely react with compassion, your heart rate will most likely decrease, and you may be impelled to comfort or support the sufferer. If you experience these feelings and physical reactions, it's because humans are hardwired for it. An empathetic response such as this is activated by the vagus nerves. Number 3, sociopathy. Sociopathy is a psychological condition in which the part of the brain responsible for our empathetic attitudes is damaged, resulting in persons who cannot maintain normal positive social behaviors. They function on a superficial level, however, appearing and behaving normally. A similar behavioral condition occurs in sociopathy caused by brain-damaging incidents, such as a stroke or accidental trauma. Similarly, when we abuse our power and start ignoring other people's feelings and opinions, we radiate an arrogant, ignorant behavior, and becomes the default nature of our thinking. Alternatively, empathy, humbleness, and caregiving behaviors provide us with more authentic, dependable power and trust in society. Number 4, love follows spiritual laws. Love is not a game. You should know the odds. Love is spiritual. Nobody wants fake love. For real love, you have to learn its spiritual and ethical laws. That is why in human history, spiritual and ethical laws have been the foundation of all great collaborations and romances. When adhering to spiritual and ethical laws, your intuitive heart and neuroplastic brain become expanded. Your relationships are strengthened by spiritual love.